it up, run 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 it up. You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you find.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. The slot man in motion right. On second down, here's Gibson again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Throwing on first down is Brady. Eluding the pressure right. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing now is Brady. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Sly able to put this one through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. Then all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Cover! Jack it, reload!
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards there on a Washington first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
450. Ozzy. Hey, 66.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Slot man moves right. on second down, a run with Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, hold 66. 72.
To throw, it's Brady. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Tua going to throw.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep them advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua over the middle and complete to Waddle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Shot, 17.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The slot man in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. On 2nd and 9. Brady. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Hey, hold 66. He's releasing now.
They'll run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Tua, the final shot before half. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And here's Jones again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Slot man moves right. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Brady, maybe a free play here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Brady. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. Touchdown! Washington. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Play action. Now it's Tua. Rolling to his right. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
38.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
97.
Off the play action. Tagovailoa. He's going to air one out. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. On play action, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jonathan Allen able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired. While he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
A give to the fullback on the dive. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They'll go with Jones. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, 66. No, 66.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got McLaurin. And he's got Rome. And he's going to be brought down short of first at about the 31-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now a 2nd down and 6. Now a give here to Pollard. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Slot man moves right. Now Brady. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. Take it in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Now that was an excellent return to start overtime. So do they get crazy and attack the end zone and try and get the 6 points to end the game? Or do you just play it to where you kick the field goal and put the game in the hands of your defense?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second and 9. Here's Tua. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out, and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance of yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
They'll run it with Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Shot, 17. Check, pink, opposite, green, smash, smash. Hey, check, mega. Striker, 3-3.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal, coming back the other way.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 80 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Reload! Here we go!
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. What can Brady do now with his drive? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in the tie.
Yeah, that clock put a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go back to? Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time?
He's got a man complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's a win for the Dolphins here, and it was a strong performance by Tua that helped lead the way.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well, didn't he? Well over 300 yards passing, hit on 3 touchdown passes, and delivering the ball in rhythm all game.